Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're talking about something big, something a lot of organizations feel every day, but rarely stop to question. That is why traditional safety approaches fail, even when we're doing everything right. And more importantly, why does a learning culture and tools like learning teams actually fix the problem? So let's get into it. So here's the truth. Most safety systems were designed decades ago. They are built around incidents, rules, and compliance. But work today is so much faster, messier, and more complex, and people adapt constantly just to get the job done. Traditional safety models never account for that, which is why so many companies do all the right things and still get surprised by incidents and accidents. A learning culture tends to flip that. And that's exactly why learning teams became such a powerful method and why our learning teams platform exists. So let's dig into why traditional safety fails. Let's break down the biggest reasons this approach falls short. First, they assume procedures equals reality. We think and tend to think with a traditional safety approach that work happens the way the documents say it should. But rarely does this actually work out. People adapt, adjust, and improvise, not because they're unsafe, but because the system isn't perfectly designed and can't be perfectly designed. Secondly, traditional safety systems focus too much on incidents. Most learning only happens after something goes wrong, but incidents are rare. And if we're learning from failure, we're falling short of all the possibilities of learning in our organizations. Can you imagine only learning about driving after you crashed? That's how most safety systems operate. They rely on blame instead of understanding. If something goes wrong, we tend to ask, who messed up? Not what conditions shaped the decision. This traditional approach tends to shut people down. It hides information and it kills psychological safety in the workplace. Fourthly, they ignore normal work. The biggest insights live in everyday routines, not emergencies. Traditional systems never capture what everyday work looks like. And that's exactly why teams turn to learning teams. It brings reality, humanity, and context back into safety and to operational excellence. Now, a learning culture isn't a program. It's a mindset and a way of operating. Here's how it fixes gaps. First, it focuses on work as done, not work as imagined. We stop guessing how work happens. We ask the people who do it. Secondly, it treats people as problem solvers, not problems themselves. Everyone becomes a source of expertise, not a source of risk. Thirdly, it learns from normal work, not just failures. If something succeeds every day, there's learning there too. Success leaves clues. We just need to listen. Fourth, it gives leaders real visibility, not dashboard visibility, operational visibility. Leaders understand context, constraints, and adaptations, not just outcomes. This is the foundation of our Learning Teams platform. It is built on making these conversations structured, safe, and easy to capture. So, why do learning teams work so well? Because they create a space where people can speak honestly about real work without fear. And when people feel safe to share reality, you discover workarounds, system weaknesses, hidden risks, design gaps, smart adaptations, opportunities for improvement. Our Learning Teams product guides this process step by step. It helps facilitators ask the right questions. It keeps discussions blame-free. It organizes insights into themes, and it makes learning repeatable. Learning Teams is basically the bridge between traditional safety and a true learning culture. Most leaders want improvement, but improvement only happens when leaders have access to real information. A learning culture gives them that. Traditional safety doesn't. When leaders listen to frontline stories, understand adaptations, and support learning instead of blame, performance, safety, and culture all get better. It's not theory. It's not hype. It is what we see across organizations all over the world using learning teams today. If this perspective resonates with you, follow this page. We're sharing more content on operational learning, real-world examples, and behind-the-scenes updates from the Learning Teams platform that we have recently created. And if you're curious how learning teams work in practice, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.